healing very slowly, and the pain has been fluctuating between moderate and high for the last several days. This has really tested my resolve, and it's causing me a great deal of anxiety. I have noticed a dramatic attitude change from last week to the present, and I wonder if it will ever heal. I'm coming up on 14 weeks since the surgery to remove skin cancer, and I thought I would be farther along in the healing process. The surgeon, he did warn me that it would be midsummer before I'd be back to normal. So based on that, I'm about halfway there. But I feel like my progress has stalled. Along with the pain, I've been dealing with anxiety and depression, not to mention sleep deprivation. I'm a very goal-oriented individual, and I'm not reaching my targets for healing. This is causing me further anxiety, and I'm kind of at a standstill. I know that today is a crucial day for me, and I don't say that in a dramatic way. I mean that in a way I know when I reach a point that um, it's a fine line between going over the edge on depression and fixing myself. So over the last couple of weeks, I've been testing taking my walk. Let me give you a brief background. I normally walk 2 hours a day. Since this injury, I've cut down to an hour a day most days. Some days, the pain is such that I have trouble doing my walks. Last week, I had some good walks, and although I felt pain, I also was pleased with my performance as far as forcing myself to get out and do what I know I need to do. I've never been someone who lacked motivation, so I'm always willing to fight through the pain. But recently, I guess I've been thinking, I hope I'm not harming myself by pushing myself physically. So I backed off and figured, hey, and I had a couple of good days where I actually felt semi-normal, not normal by any means, but based, I guess, comparatively speaking, in the last 90 days or so, I felt semi-normal. So anyway, then I went to the wound center, and these people are wonderful. They do their best, and they're as frustrated as I am by the lack of healing. I again keep referring them to the words of my surgeon. And he said to me, John, I don't want to be you. I wouldn't want to be you. And as I said to them, you may not appreciate his bedside manner, but you know what? He was being honest, and I would rather he be honest than bullshit me about, oh, you're going to feel fine. And then, I'd be really concerned because I don't feel fine. I don't know that I've ever experienced this much pain for this long a period of time with any injury I've suffered in the past, and that includes an emergency appendectomy. Um, I've had 2 broken arms. I've had several melanoma operations, one on my chest, which was a major deal, far more major than this one, but I recovered very quickly from that. Now, it was a lot younger back then. That was, 40 years ago or whatever. So, yeah, I'm just at a standstill physically, but worse, I'm at a standstill mentally. So today I figured, hey, doesn't matter whether I do my walk or I don't do my walk, or I do a little workout on my deck with I have these cables that I use to just to keep my muscle tone and my fitness levels up as high as I can. And so I'm gonna go back to doing them, because whether I do them or I don't do them, I feel the same. So I'd rather be getting the fitness benefit and get the pain than not get the fitness benefit and still get the pain. I mean, if by stopping any kind of activity, physical activity, I was improving my health, then I'm not a mentally ill person. I would gladly do that for the short term, knowing that eventually I can get back to my normal activities. But the hardest part of this whole thing has been that I don't know when I'm going to be able to get back to my activities. I'm exhausted. Sleep patterns are just horrific right now. You know, I doze off for an hour. I wake up for an hour. I doze off for 30 minutes. Feels like I dozed off for a couple hours, and I wake up and realize it was 25 minutes, and the pain's back. Fortunately, I don't take pharmaceutical drugs. I guess fortunately or unfortunately, I'd probably have less pain if I did, but I would be a freaking zombie if I took what those people prescribe you. And I don't mean to be negative, but the pharmaceutical model is not my preferred method of health. So I've been taking herbs. I take turmeric, which seems to help a lot. I take ginger. I take oregano oil. I'm big into herbs, and I know, and I take a good multivitamin. I eat a real clean diet, zero carb diet. I haven't had carbs in a couple of years, and so my weight is very low right now. But I've been my ideal weight prior to this wound healing was about 153. That to me, 155. That to me is my ideal weight. I feel some people would say I'm a little too thin at that weight, but that's the weight I feel good at. Well, now I'm down to 147, and it seems like every day I drop a little bit here and there. So, I'm concerned about that because but I also know, my appetite is really languished because when you're in pain, you're not thinking about food. I eat out of habit. I eat every day, of course, at the same time. I have my protein shake in the morning, and I have my standard meal at night, which is meat, eggs. I eat zero sugar, zero carbs, as close to zero carbs as you can possibly get. I mean, we all get residual carbs from something, but about as close to zero carbs as possible. And, you know, if I ever do get my health back, I will continue to live the lifestyle that I like, which is, exercise, good, clean diet. And, other than this wound, my health seems to be good. They keep sending me to a vascular guy thinking that the reason I'm not healing is because of lack of blood flow. And the surgeon I went to for the second time in about 6 weeks, he said, "You got a strong pulse. There's nothing I can do to intervene." He said, "I would never intervene with someone who has a pulse as strong as you have." So that's good news. But at the same time, I wish we could determine why the healing process is so slow. Now, again, the surgeon said it would be very slow. And, he almost said it in an exaggerating manner, but I'm thinking that he wanted to get across to me is, listen, this is going to be a tough ordeal. And, and I expected it to be tough. I didn't go in thinking, oh, I'm going to heal quickly. But I did think that after the halfway point, I would be starting to, feel pretty good about my future health. Right now, I'm in a bad place. And so today, what I plan on doing is doing a workout, going out for a walk as best I can, do the best I can. Try not to put myself in too much discomfort, but at the same time, I can't give in to myself. Kind of gave in to myself yesterday because I didn't want to make the pain any worse than it was, because I was kind of at a point yesterday where, I didn't need any more pain. My mental health was just at a point where I needed to not baby myself, but not put myself in jeopardy. And I'm probably kind of rambling a little bit here, but this is how I feel right now. And I wish it weren't the case, but my hope is that the next video I do, excuse me, is my next video. It will be an update of a more positive nature. I try to share this with anyone who's going through difficult times now, whether it be with physical wounds or mental wounds. I'm kind of riding the fence between physical and mental right now. I don't know which is worse. I've always said that the mental part is always tougher than the physical part. And I still believe that, because as bad as the physical pain is right now, it's the mental part that's really getting me right now. And anyway, I hope to do an update later today. I'll talk to you soon, folks. Take care. Thanks for listening.